All right, guys, welcome back. This is Cat's Pajamas here for the IPL Season 2 qualifiers bonus coverage. This is Week 1 from the round of 128. A matchup between EmpireNerchio here in the top left-hand corner of sixjaxMajOr. He is our blue Zerg player. His opponent down here in the bottom right-hand corner is sixjaxMajOr, formerly known as Ghosty Terran, spawning as our pink Terran player. Now, sorry guys, if I've been trying my best to cast the past few games. I am quite under the weather right now, so trying to just power through this. Also, don't know when you guys will be listening to this, but I am heading out to several big lands and my mom's wedding here soon, so not a very good time to get sick. It just seems to happen that way, does it not? But games 1 and 2 were very, very long slugfests, is kind of the best way to call them, just outright slugfests. Not a ton of finesse used. I mean, sixjaxMajOr had a ton of great drops in the second game, but otherwise it was just large-scale army engagements and things like that. And Nerchio wins game 1, drops game 2, though, on Shakur's Plateaus. That brings us to the rubber match. So, here we go, guys. And if the game is anything like what we've seen... Okay, so we played on Zelda Caverns. We had a 28-minute match. We had Shakur's Plateau. We had a 31-minute match. So now we're on sixjaxMajOr, outside of Terminus, the biggest map you can find. So, we're probably going to have about a 4-hour match, is what I'm expecting. But nonetheless, looks like old Nerchio is going to drop down that hatchery. Going for a fast expand, not too out of the ordinary on this map. Oh, okay. sixjaxMajOr goes after double racks on Zelda Caverns, completely normal. Goes for a proxy racks on Shakur's Plateau. And then on the largest map in the game, ends up going with gas. Would have thought he would have done a gasless expand. But maybe he wants to trick up his opponent and go for... I've seen people do, you know, Blue Flame Hellion drops into expansions on this map, but you do sacrifice a lot of early mining time. They can be effective, though. And, oh no, looks like old sixjaxMajOr is going to go for a Reaper expand. There's the next supply depot coming down. Tech Lab is almost finished. And we'll probably see a Reaper here in a second. There's the 50 resources required. The 50 minerals and 50 gas, I should say. And there we go. There's Reaper. All right. So Nerchio going to make his way out. He's going to move to the top right-hand corner, not find his opponent, unfortunately. And Nerchio, let's see what he's going to do with this poor drone. Something is slightly up his sleeve. Now, there we go. It was just the first of a few drones to start mailing over. No, he is worried about... He is worried about another attack, so he is going to drop down a spine crawler. What he's going to have to worry about, though, is the Reaper that's making its way out. Ghosty Terran doesn't know where his opponent is. So he's going to head here to the top. Oh, but the Reaper was revealed. However, Nerchio does know exactly where his opponent is, even though he hasn't directly scouted it. Did see that Reaper coming up. Could have taken a super long way around. Not likely, but it could have. But, yeah, Nerchio knows right where his opponent's at, so he's already deviating his Overlord, not even going to scan this position. So the Reaper is going to make its way in. Nerchio is ready for this, though. He's going to start doing damage to that Reaper. The Reaper does not manage to get another kill. He is forced away with just 18 points of health. And the Spine Crawler is going to start positioning itself forward. Oh, a couple of Zerglings scouting back and forth for Nerchio at this time. We do see Major going to barracks number 2 and 3. So he's actually going for more barracks than we've seen out of him out of the past couple of games. He did decide to go into relatively quick Hellions, Blue Flame Hellions. Both games thus far. Followed that up with heavy siege tank production. Kind of become the standard as to what I've seen out of him. But I'm curious to see what he goes with this game. Let's see here. He's just about to finish up his command center. So 2 base on 2 base for both our players. Nerchio could very well go for some sort of ridiculous early third, as it's going to be a little while before Major is able to get out there and attack. A couple of Zerglings get their way in. A couple of Zerglings going to die. 35 points of health. That Zergling, he's going to be trapped. Poor Zergling. Bye-bye. Alright, so Nerchio floating over an Overlord here at the 3 o'clock position. Another Reaper, I'm sorry, the same Reaper making its way up. It is going to get spotted by that Overlord. Let's see if Nerchio was paying attention. It is hard to spot if you're not looking for it. Major not going to push himself in quite yet. Nerchio, though, is going to a Roach Warren. Let's see if he goes after that +1 attacks on a relatively quick Evolution Chamber again. as he has been favoring that, and then a very quick infestation pit. Just work off of Roachling and Fester for a while. Poor Reaper goes down. Work off of Roachling and Fester for a while, tech to Hive, and go straight to Broodlords. That has been the order of the day. Looks like old Ghosty Terran runs out with a bunch of Marines, going to make his way back at the moment. There is a bunker coming down. So he should be good against any sort of Zergling attack, but of course Nerchio playing a little bit more conservatively than that. And he is taking all 4 Xel'Naga towers. He has Overlords positioned everywhere. Absolute map control being established by him. In fact, it almost looks like he's made a mule in the minimap. See, these are the arms to collect the resources. This is the body. Alright, shut up. Don't judge me. I saw it. I'm sick. Alright? So let's see here. Major is putting up a couple of reactors at this time. He could fall prey to a really powerful attack at this point, but of course that's not scouted at the moment, and the way that sixjaxMajOr has been playing, I doubt Nerchio wants to commit that many forces at the moment. He does have a good number of Zerglings ready. That alone is not going to be enough to take down these Marines, though. And here we go. Ghosty Terran already going over to his hardcore Siege Tank Marine build. Upgrades coming up as well. These Zerglings are going to have to run away already. Few taking some pretty good damage. See if old Major wants to move out, and he may very well. Soon as he does, though, I could see Nerchio doing a big run by here. He'd actually be able to pick off all the reinforcements and go after quite a bit of an economy damage, so it looks like that is exactly what he's going to do. Nerchio makes his way in. He is going after economy over here at the National, manages to pick off a couple of units, and then is forced away. He takes out a few SCVs, though. And he should be able to use these units in defense if he wants. Looks like he is going to go ahead and go after his hatchery. It looks like the version of Tal'Darim Altar that was used this week was the one that has the half resources over at the 3rd, which is the GSL version. Or was. I haven't kept up on the differences of the new GSL version. I'm not actually sure. Used to be that way, though. Looks like old Major is going to make a big drop. Not really anything here for Nerchio. And he's going to be forced to bring in all of his units. One drone does go down. A second and a third might fall here pretty soon. Oh, nice job. Major picks up all of his forces. Going to drop here into the main. Goes, forcing away an Overlord. Already all the forces are coming back. And that's going to force Major to pull back up one more time. Oh, one Marine finally does go down at the cost of a Zergling. But I do know... Oh, wow, Overlord goes down as well. But Nerchio would trade one Zergling for one Marine every day of the week. Now we do have the Spire on the way. Infestation Pit is already done. I do not believe Hive Tech has been started yet, though. Nope. So it'll be a while before a Greater Spire is able to get up. And what do we see here? The drop coming back in one more time. Not a lot of damage being done to the Queen. Terran is forced to pick up. And Nerchio has pulled pretty good advantage in supply. But of course that's necessary due to the cost effectiveness of his units. Looks like Major is going to run right back in with another drop. Sees the amount of forces there, immediately picks back up. Major, though, is going to establish himself a 3rd base right away. And we actually have a production hatch coming out of Nerchio. That's the hatch that's being built. I'm scanning the map for an expansion, don't see it. So production hatch right away. Major, on the other hand, bringing over a few SCVs. Not too many, though. He is working off of 5 racks, double factory, single starport. Hasn't put down a tech lab on his 2nd factory yet, which is a little bit interesting. He's not using that for Hellions either. I wonder what he'll do. He is back in supply. Looks like Nerchio may be gearing up for quite a large push. I don't know. And with his production hatch, makes me think. See where he's at in workers. He is ahead in workers, 74. That should be sufficient for him for most of the rest of the game if he wants. Another hatchery coming down, so he will be on 4 bases with a production hatch. And he is just tearing ahead with all of these. He's building himself a creep highway. This is going to be revealed. Major will be aware of this. It's going to take quite a bit, though, to be able to take this down. There we go. More creep tumors coming in. Because of the 3 creep tumors, that spread is going to be quite a bit faster, and he'll be able to just work these across the map so quickly. So let's see here. 5 Infestors, 18 Zerglings, and Ground Carapace level 1 coming out for Nerchio. On Major side of things, he is just going into heavy unit production, going up to +2 weapons, a little bit faster than he did on other games, so he will be a little bit more upgraded than other ones we've seen in the past. Does have double engineering bay. There's armor level 1 coming up as well, in addition to weapons for those tanks. So here comes Nerchio, actually getting himself off creep. He is going to intercept this drop. And Major is going to lose a few forces here. There are just too many Zerglings. See the rest of the units coming behind. Also, Hive Tech is incoming. Looks like Nerchio is almost maxed. He has received almost no harassment this game around. He's been able to play his game the way he wants. And he's able to bank a few resources as well, so be able to produce quite a number of Broodlords if when the time comes. So let's see here. Major on 3 bases. Nerchio on 4 with the production hatch. There are a ton of things being produced, though, at the moment for Terran. He's actually investing in a little tech and infrastructure as well, so if this attack is killed, this could be devastating. We're going to need to see some fungal growth. Beautiful fungal growth! All of the army is fungal growth! Everything just dies all at once for Terran! Oh my god! Nerchio steamrolls that force, and he's maxed again. Another 16 roaches and 12 Zerglings coming out at the same time. Major is going to have to reproduce so quickly. That was as beautiful a fungal growth as you'll see. So Nerchio, he's just going to gather up his forces. He is maxed again. Greater Spires incoming if this attack fails, which I don't think it will. He'll be able to remax under Broodlords as well. Major is going to have no response to that. He is forced to produce as many units as he can. He is on 72 workers, still producing them 3 at a time. It's like a big attack maybe coming here. Down the 3rd. Is Terran ready for this? I don't think he is. Go see Terran. He is going to have to defend with all of his might. Here comes the rest of the Zerglings. Roaches following as well. And these Corruptors are going to be able to take out those medevacs. So critical in this fight. Snipes going down, they're doing a lot of damage, but all of the forces are disappearing. sixjaxMajOr is on his last foot. Here we go, 50 Zerglings reinforcing. Look at the way the roaches are tearing through the bunkers. The rest of the Vikings going down as well. Corruptors doing their damage, now going to be able to spread corruption. Did not take out the base though for Major. And it looks like Gussie Terran is forced to leave the game, so Nerchio does take the set 2-1. Congratulations to Nerchio, who makes it into the round of 64 at the week number 1 of the qualifiers for season number 2 of the IPL. Hope you guys got that straight. This was Cats Pajamas. It was a pleasure to cast with you, sick as I am. So do be sure to check out the IPL IGN Pro League on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. Find that down here at the bottom left. Also find them IPL as IGN.com/IPL. You can also find me if you have enjoyed my commentary at Twitter.com/CatsPajamasSC2. In fact, you can find me Justin TV, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook /CatsPajamasSC2. It was a pleasure bringing this set to you guys. Until next time, peace.